Hello guys, welcome to my channel, and today I am going to do Exp22 Excel chapter 5 Cumulative Assessment Travel. Basically this is the 5th chapter of Excel section of PSN course, and in this video I will be doing this assignment step by step, and you can get your assignment done by watching this complete video. But if you want me to do this assignment for you, or if you want me to do this complete course for you, including all the Word, Excel, PowerPoint or Access assignments, then you can contact me and you can hire me for your complete course. You can also hire me for your other courses like accounting, management, finance, information technology, computer sciences, all other writing assignments, mathematics or statistics. My WhatsApp number and email is showing at the bottom of the screen. Please reach me out through WhatsApp or email and hire me for your courses. At start of instruction, you can see the project description. There is nothing to solve in this project description, but I suggest you to read this project description well so that you can get an idea about the assignment. Once you will read this will be easy for you to solve this assignment on your own, and you will feel easy to solve this assignment. So then we have main part of the assignment, that is steps to perform to complete this project, and we have a total of 20 steps to get this assignment done. In this video I am not only going to solve these steps or questions for you, I am also going to make you learn Microsoft Excel as well. So if you want to do this assignment, or if you want to learn Microsoft Excel, watch this complete video, follow me step by step, then you will be able to solve this on your own. So now let's start with step number 1, and step number 1 of the assignment is saying start Excel, download and open the file named Exp22 Excel chapter 5 Cumulative Assessment Travel. Grader has automatically added your last name to the beginning of file name. So I have already downloaded this Excel workbook, and this is the Excel workbook that we are going to use to solve this assignment. We will apply all the instructions, all the steps to this Excel workbook, and we will make this Excel workbook in the final form for the submission. Okay, so step number 1 of the assignment is just about downloading of this Excel workbook. I have already downloaded, and you can download this from your Pearson or course dashboard. So there is nothing else to solve in step number 1. That's why we will move to step number 2 of the assignment. And step number 2 of the assignment is saying, before using the subtotal command, you must first sort the data. On the subtotal worksheet, sort the data by imply and further sort by category, both in alphabetical order. So now we are supposed to sort the data on subtotal worksheet, and there are 2 levels of sort. First one is by imply and second one is by category. So click anywhere into the data, go to home tab, and here you can see this symbol, and that is saying custom sort. So click on custom sort. So first of all we are supposed to sort the data by imply. So here we will simply select imply. Okay, and we are supposed to sort the data by imply in alphabetical order. So we will select A to Z as sort order. Now we are supposed to add another level of sort, because we are supposed to sort the data by 2 levels, and second is sort by category in alphabetical order. So here we will select the category, and here we will select A to Z. Okay, click OK. So we have sorted the data as required in step number 2, and now we are supposed to do next step, that is step number 3. And step number 3 is saying, you want to subtotal the data to calculate expenses by imply. Use the subtotal feature to insert subtotal rows by implies to calculate the total expense by imply. So now we are supposed to insert the subtotal rows into the worksheet, and we are supposed to insert the subtotal rows by imply field, so that we can calculate the totals for the expense by imply. Okay. So we will simply go to the data tab, and here we can see outline, and here click subtotal. Okay. Now we are supposed to insert or create subtotal rows by imply. So we will select at each change in imply because it is mentioned in the instruction subtotal rows by imply. So we will select imply. Now here we are supposed to calculate totals. So we will use the sum function because we are totaling the values. Okay, use the sum function. Now it is saying to total expense by imply. So we will simply select expense and we will uncheck this category. Okay, we will select expense and click OK. So we have created the subtotal rows, and that is all about step number 3. Now we are supposed to do next step, that is step number 5, and that is saying now you want to hide the details for 2 implies and focus on detail for the remaining implies. Collapse the Davidson and Miller section to show only their totals. So now we are supposed to collapse the Davidson and Miller section. Okay, let me go to the worksheet. Miller is here, collapse this one. Okay, Davidson is here, collapse this one. Okay, now this is saying leave the other imply individual rows displayed. So now we have collapsed the Davidson, Miller and the Davidson. Okay, Davidson is here. Okay, now that is all about step number 4. Now we are supposed to do next step, that is step number 5. For more detailed analysis, you are ready to create a pivot table. Use the expenses worksheet to create blank pivot table on new worksheet. Name the worksheet summary, name the pivot table categories. So we are supposed to create a blank pivot table on a new worksheet. Use expense worksheet. So we will go to expenses worksheet, click anywhere into the data, click insert tab, go to pivot table and click from table. Now we are supposed to create a pivot table on new worksheet, so we will select this new worksheet, click OK. So now you can see that we have created a blank pivot table on a new worksheet, and now we are supposed to rename that worksheet as summary. Okay, so we are supposed to rename that worksheet as summary. So right click on this sheet 1 worksheet and click rename and type the new name, that is summary, and press enter. So we have renamed the worksheet. Now you can see the name of this pivot table is pivot table 1, but we are supposed to give new name, that is categories. Okay, so for this go to pivot table analyze tab, go to pivot table, click this arrow, and here you can see pivot table name, that is pivot table 1. But we are supposed to remove this name and we will simply type the new name, that is the categories, and press enter, and now you can see the pivot table name here as well. Okay, that is all about step number 5. So we have completed 5 steps of this assignment, and now we are supposed to do next step, that is step number 6. You want to include the category and expense field in the pivot table. Use the category and expense field, enabling Excel to determine where the fields go in the pivot table. Now we are supposed to use the category expense field, enabling Excel to determine where the fields go. So we will simply enable the category, check the box, and it will go to rows. Then we are supposed to enable the expense field, and it will go to the values here. So Excel is sending the values to the respective field automatically. We just selected categories and expenses. Excel sent categories to rows area, and Excel sent expense to values area. And that is all about step number 6. So we have completed 6 steps, and now we are supposed to do next step, that is step number 7. You want to display average expenses instead of total. Now you can see that we can see the total expenses, but we are supposed to show the average expenses instead of total. Modify the value field to determine the average expense by category. Change the custom name to average expense. Now you can see the custom name is sum of expense, and we are supposed to change this custom name to average expense, and we are supposed to change this sum to the average. Okay, so click the sum of the expense, and here you can see field setting on the pivot table analyze tab. So click field setting. So new custom name will be average expense. So you will type this new name here, average expense, and here you can see the sum function, but we are supposed to get the average expense. So we will select the average. Click OK. So now you can see the average expense, and custom name is average of expense. Sorry, 1 second. Custom name is average expense. So we will change the custom name to average expense. This one. So you can see the custom name to average expense, and these are the average values. Okay. And that is all about step number 7. So we have completed 7 steps, and now we are supposed to do next step, that is step number 8. Format the values field with the counting number format. So now these are the not formatted as a counting number format. Go to field setting, go to number format, and here apply counting number format. Okay, and click OK. So now these are formatted as a counting number format. That is question number 8. Now we are supposed to do next question, that is question number 9. You want to display a meaningful label to select a different layout. Type category in cell A3. We are supposed to type category in cell A3 and change the grand total layout option to only for rows only. So first of all, we will go to cell A3, and here we are supposed to type category. Okay, so we have typed the category in cell A3. Now this is saying change the grand total layout option to only for rows only. Go to PivotTable, Design tab, go to grand total, and only for on for rows only. On for rows only, this option. So we are supposed to select on for rows only, this one. So that is all about question number 9. So now we are supposed to do next question, that is question number 10, and that is saying apply light blue pivot style dark 2 and display band rows. We are supposed to change the style of the pivot table to light blue pivot style dark 2. Select, go to design tab, pivot style, light blue pivot style dark 2. That is the pivot style that we are supposed to use. So select that one. Now it is saying display band rows. So go to pivot style option, and here you can see band columns and band rows, banded rows and banded columns. We are supposed to show banded rows, so check the box for banded rows, this one. So that is all about step number 10. So in this video I have solved 10 steps for you. That is more than half of the assignment that I have completed for you in this video. But if you want me to do this complete assignment for you, or if you want me to do this complete course for you, including all the Word, Excel, PowerPoint or Access assignments, then you can contact me and you can hire me for your complete course. You can also hire me for your other courses like accounting, management, finance, information technology, computer sciences as well. My WhatsApp number and email is showing at the bottom of the screen. Please reach me out through WhatsApp or email and hire me for your courses, and I will produce best grade for you. Thank you so much for watching my video. I will get back to you with another powerful solution.